Kit Guru is at MSI at Nangang Computex 2023 for the second time. We were here yesterday. It was as busy as busy. We could barely see this, the Stealth 16 Mercedes AMG laptop. I've been over this laptop now 3 times. Twice physically, once in my mind, and I'm going to be brutally blunt about it. It's a very swish high-end laptop, Core i9-13900H, and the graphics are up to RTX 4070, but the big thing is the AMG Mercedes branding and the carbon look. We've also got a really cool accessory pack. The idea here, quite clearly, is to spread the word about MSI. As to whether AMG is paying MSI or MSI is paying AMG, that we don't know. Come over here, look at the accessory pack. We have the box, loads of co-branding. This is officially described as a bum bag. We have a mouse. I have to say the mouse looks perfectly acceptable, naturally RGB, but it's all about the branding here. We have a dual drive, and even the power, there's the music, and even the power supply is an AMG power supply, and that makes it faster. In addition to the mouse, you get your AMG mouse mat, and you also get postcards, plus also some cable ties of the Velcro variety. Lots of fun and games. As you can see from this array of laptops, MSI has a host of products at Computex, exactly as we'd expect. The thing is, this is not all of their laptops. Come down the line, Matt, we're going to do this at speed. Starting with the Titan GT77HX, this is one of those grunty models, Core i9-13980HX and up to RTX 4090 graphics. 250 watts of power for both CPU and GPU. And behold, a winner of an EHA award, and rightly so. Then we come to the Raider GE78, which is a slightly more compact laptop, but still chunky, still Core i9-13980HX and still RTX 4090 graphics. The screen here, Quad HD. Raider GE78HX, a third laptop with a Core i9-13980HX. This is up to RTX 4070, but where, you wonder, is the touchpad? Well, it's a smart touchpad. That is very nifty. Naturally, it will take a full review to determine just how good the technology is, but it feels like a regular touchpad and it looks cool and fruity. And now we descend into MSI model name confusion, because I start to get lost when we have the Vector GP78HX. Once again, a Core i9-13980HX and up to RTX 4090. Quad HD display. In other words, much the same hardware we've already seen. We're into permutations and very fine segmentation. This is a full grunty model, up to 250 watts of graphics and processor. Moving slightly down the stack, Stealth 16 Studio 13900H processor, this time 4070 graphics. In other words, slightly thinner, slightly lighter, but still full powered. Next to it, a laptop I think is much more convenient for travel. Stealth 14 Studio, Core i7-13700H and RTX 4070 graphics in a handy 14-inch form factor. It's a Quad HD panel, so you're getting a proper screen with this one. Swords and Robots, Katana 17 B13V. Again, a Core i9-13900H and again RTX 4070 graphics, and again a Quad HD panel in a 17-inch form factor. It's one for gamers. How you differentiate a Katana from another? I'm starting to struggle with these names. And the Cyborg 15 is further down the product stack, so a Core i7-13700H, this time up to RTX 4060 graphics, and a 1080 panel, 15.6-inch form factor. Budget-ish, and a mid-sized laptop. That was one side of the first run of laptops. Pulse 15 B13V, again Core i9-13900H, and again up to RTX 4070 graphics, 15.6-inch panel, this time Quad HD 240Hz refresh. Cooler Boost 5 cooling to keep that hardware under control. We've had a Katana, how about a Sword 15, sir? Core i7-12650H, that's an unusual processor, I haven't seen that so far, and up to RTX 4060 graphics, 1080p resolution, 15.6-inch diagonal screen, 144Hz refresh, slightly jaunty kind of shape to it. It's the same chassis as many of the others, however, the white look does come across differently. Hallelujah for different. Alpha 17 C7V AMD. So it's a Ryzen 9 7945HX. Recently reviewed this processor in a different laptop. Dragon range, bloomin' good. This is up to RTX 4070. The laptop I saw was up to RTX 4090, 17.3 inch and Quad HD 240Hz. This laptop has a stunning processor. We've seen the Stealth 14 and 16 and now we've got the Stealth 17. I ask you, can a 17-inch laptop truly be stealthy? Certainly grunty Core i9-1300H up to RTX 4090 graphics. The display is a mini LED 4K, so I'm going to dispute the stealth part of the equation, but the spec looks bloomin' good. Katana 15 seen it, Stealth 14 seen it, keep moving, keep moving. Raider GE68HX, this is the 16-inch version of the 17-inch we saw a moment ago, so Core i9-13980HX and RTX 4070 graphics. So the 16-inch panels, 3840 by 2400, that slightly odd resolution is a 1610, and that's 120Hz refresh. And we reach the end of the line with the Vector GP68 Core i9-13980HX RTX 4080 graphics. So that's 16-inch Quad HD and a 240Hz refresh. Moving on to the business and productivity series of laptops. Now you might think it's sort of MacBook-esque being white, but not so. The main thing here is support for MSI's pen. We have touchscreen technology and you can write with the pen using the laptop like digital paper. While you can fold the screen back and put the laptop into tent mode, the thing is they're displaying them on this shiny surface, and we tried it yesterday. If you do it, it just slides down and that's disastrous. So this is all about the screen and, oh, there we go. Thankfully, they have a representation on screen so we can see what it looks like in tent mode. Pen 2.0 is the main feature of these laptops in my book. Moving from the Summit 13 to the Summit 14 and onward to the Summit 16. Quite simply, if you want higher performance, buy a larger form factor. I absolutely adore the name of the next laptop because it's just so descriptive. Commercial 14H that supports Core i7. And that's it. It's absolutely lovely and it makes me chuckle hugely. It did yesterday and it has done again today. And now we get to the content creator series. So we're talking high-powered laptops, Core i9-13980HX up to RTX 4070 graphics. These laptops are about the screen. 16-inch Quad HD, 165Hz refresh, and it's about the color rating and the color representation. IPS level panel, as you'd expect, proper cooling to keep the hardware under control. And this is indeed the Pen 2, which can be both used as a pen on the screen and as a pen on paper. My handwriting is appalling. I'm not going to use it. I've tried it in the past. It works. It's actually very, very clever. It's just it looks disastrously awful, and it's down to me with my handwriting. So Creator 17, again, Core i9-13980HX at the top end, and again, RTX 4070 graphics, 17-inch Quad HD. Very sleek. Moving on to workstation laptops, Creator Pro X17 with a chunky great big cooling system that projects at the back of the keyboard, come around the front mat. As we're beginning to expect now, up to Core i9-13980HX. Graphics are described as RTX 3500 Ada, i.e. professional. It's a 17.3-inch UHD panel, so full 4K, mini LED, 144Hz refresh, with correct color representation on the panel and HDR 1000 certification, and it's IPS level. Speeding up, we come to the modern 14, which is a Core i7-1355U, so a U, i.e. low power processor, and it's a 1080p panel. Available, I notice, in rose, silver or black. The modern 15, much the same spec, clearly slightly larger. We're now on a 1080p panel, 15.6 inches on the diagonal. A couple of prestige models. The 13 is a Core i7-1360p. This is a 1920 by 1200 panel, and next to it, the Prestige 14. We're back into regular territory of the Core i7-13700H, and integrated graphics. No extra NVIDIA in this one.